Hello, my name is Elizabeth Houtz, and this is my Pathfinder. Originally, my partner Serena Reynolds and I started working on this, but because of circumstances, she had to drop out, so it's just going to be me for the next few minutes. And we originally decided to do our Pathfinder based on alternative medicines, mainly because alternative medicine is becoming more and more popular as a trend, and people are seeking alternative medicine to avoid the cost of paying a lot amount of money for prescriptions or visiting the doctor. And for the purpose of this Pathfinder, it would probably be more of a public-based Pathfinder and not just for student use. And since alternative medicine is actually very broad in its subject matter, I made this website based on 4 subjects. So, herbal remedies, aromatherapy, physical methods, and other methods. And what I mean by other methods is methods that you probably wouldn't consider to be alternative medicine or are a little bit more controversial, but I'll get to that in a minute. So, alternative medicine is actually the practice of using a wide range of therapies that are not regarded orthodox by the United States and are not professionally or medically sound. There's not a lot of evidence that these remedies actually work, but people try to turn to it because it's a more natural way of trying to cure illness or a common cold. I would like to also point out that I put a disclaimer on this website only because I am not part of the medical profession, nor do I practice alternative medicines whatsoever. And this just explains that this Pathfinder is more of an informational guide to help people get started to learn about these things, but not to actually consider them as used for a medical emergency. They should always consult their physician. So, how I've organized the site is just very plain and simple, easy to read, clean. And I'm not going to go through all of these, but just to give you a basic idea of what I've done is I gave a description of each of my subjects or subcategories. Then I provided external links linking to other websites that explain the categories more in depth. And the reason why I chose certain websites than others is because, again, easy to read, very clear, and most of these sites that I found have their sources, which I think is important if you really want to do more in-depth research. I've also included videos, basically short introductions and more explanation of what these methods are. And then at the very end of each page, I included a section for recommended books. And this is just based on subject. I've also included a small instruction for best results, copy and paste, title into search engine, to give the user more of an option of actually looking at these books, and then that way comparing prices and where they can find them. This site's, I'm trying not to promote or ask people to buy anything from this site. It's just an option that I've included at the very end so people could look more in depth if they really wanted to. So, just to give you a small background on herbal remedies, herbology is the study of plants and has been actually used for thousands of years throughout various cultures, and this ranges from the Native Americans to the Greeks. Also, Chinese medicine actually still uses form of herbology in their medicine today. Aromatherapy is the science of extracting oils for aromatic purposes, and it's the science of to promote the health of the body through the sense of smell. And aromatherapy is actually becoming more and more popular. You'll find lotions at Bed Bath & Beyond who actually have their own aromatherapy line, or candles that are supposed to create a relaxing smell for an environment. So again, on this page, I've included links, a few videos, and then my recommended books. Physical methods associated with alternative medicine are mainly just three. You could also argue that jogging or Pilates could be a physical method for alternative medicine, but the ones that I found that were either the most popular or most talked about from my research is yoga, meditation, and Tai Chi. Okay. So other methods include medical marijuana. And the reason why we just really wanted to focus on medical marijuana is because even though it's not legal throughout the US, again, this just provides information a little bit more about it. Not saying that you should try medical marijuana or use it in any way. And we tried to stay away from recreational marijuana because recreational actually is an intended high that people seek out. But again, this is for medicine and not drug use. Acupuncture, which actually is practiced here in the US, but really, again, there's not a lot of research saying that it actually works. And then chiropractic care, also practiced in the US, but it's the actual pressure of joints that is considered alternative because it's actually not them helping your body, it's aligning your body so it can re-heal itself. Alright, then the last page I want to talk about is more for the self-learner or the student. This is the heart and soul, if you want to say, to actually find valid resources. So I've included 3 databases geared towards more finding articles about alternative medicine. I've included EBSCO Health and EBSCO Host. And I tried to find databases that were free, but unfortunately with these two, you do have to request information and start a free trial. But I think the free trial lasts about 2 or 3 weeks, so that would actually give you a good amount of time to find what you were actually looking for. And then I've included journals and blogs. And the reason why I've also included blogs just was so people who didn't want to specifically find a certain page on this website that wasn't there, if they wanted to look at a different form of yoga, they could come to these blogs and actually find articles more in depth about the subject. And they're just a little bit more mobile friendly if the user decides to look this website up on their mobile, which I believe they can. And then the last thing I've included on the Pathfinder was terms to search for. And I wanted to point out that each of these terms is actually in a very controlled set. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you were to search pot instead of medical marijuana, again, you would get the drug form of pot and not the benefits or the way it could help people, say, with asthma or epilepsy problems. So, website's pretty clean and simple, very user-friendly, and just has pretty much a lot of links. And that really includes my presentation. I hope you enjoyed this Pathfinder, and enjoy the rest of your day.